like that. And then all of a
Wow.
sudden, Eternal Palace gets here, and it's like, oh, okay, that's not too bad. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's a really well balanced raid, and it's I don't know, it just it you're right though. It feels not too hard, but hard enough. And there's been a lot of like roadblocks, like uh what was the
Like
last
boss
what was the
boss robots.
yeah. Like what was the last one that was really hard? Like the boss before the last boss.
Yeah, the second to last one.
Oh, the
Yeah.
blockade.
Yes, the
That was the
blockade. It
absolute worst
truly
thing in
was
the
a
world.
blockade. Yeah, absolutely. But
Oh, for you guys too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially on normal because there's a random element in place, whereas like on heroic it's easier because you can choose who gets that random element.
Oh,
So
okay.
we
Strange.
like we beat that one boss and we never did it again because it was just insane. In fact, Ro was absolutely amazing and saved a lockout past that just so that we can go and fight Jaina like anytime we wanted to. And
Aw.
I mean, he really
awesome.
took one for the team because he had to pug it. He pugged through it to get that for us.
oh
And
man.
he's
What,
still,
bro?
yeah, seriously, he's still like just a great,
Bro.
nice raid inspiration guy because of that. Absolutely love it.
Aw, Ro. He just had a birthday, huh?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy
And,
belated, Ro.
and for his birthday, we killed Queen Ashara. So, I mean, it was like a perfect send off for that. But yeah, we're going to keep going back in. So, Thorn, have you actually seen like the end cutscene and dialogue and stuff that happens after that? Like when you turn in the quests and stuff?
I have not.
Oh, never mind then.
What?
Okay. So,
You can spoil it. That's
Okay.
everybody else has, I think. So, like,
Okay,
if you're not worried about spoiling it for your listeners, then I am not worried about it. either.
well, it has been out for a
But thank-
while, and if it took us this long to kill it, and Raid Finder's been out, I'm sorry if I'm spoiling it for anybody. But okay, so basically, you free, what's the god's name? I can't even remember. The fish
N'Zoth.
one, Nazoth. Thank you. I wanted to say Nagath, but I'm like that's so not right.
It's Nagath girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. It's Nazoth, but with like emo hair
Yeah.
and like eyeliner. Actually,
Yeah.
I kind of want to see that now. But
Skyliner.
totally. But so Nazoth gets free, and then if you turn in the quest that you had, like if you went through and did all the questing for Nadjatar and stuff, you go and turn that into Lorthamar, and you're like, oh, hey Lorthamar, stuff happened. I mean, he's there in the fight too, and then he's all, yeah, I'm gonna team up with Thrall and Bane and Sarfang, and we're gonna stop this war. And I'm just like, dude, like this is
Where you been?
yeah, like okay, so as a Sylvanas loyalist, I swear to God, she must have a plan. But at this point, I don't know anymore, or if she ever did, and I really want there to be one.
Of course she's got a plan. She always has a plan. And she's got all the Azerite, so she's like super confident in her plan. She got plan, don't worry.
Azurite is not what I thought you were about to say. She got all that
She got
Azurite.
Oh yeah, definitely.
all that junk inside that trunk.
Yeah,
La-
but
Lady Lumps.
oh yeah, well of course, but they're made of azurite, so it's a little like pointy and stuff. It's not as neat looking as you'd think.
And her other lumps are made of undead lady flesh.
Yeah, so it's like spiky and rotty at the same time. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
Baby.
Well, I mean,
Sorry.
if you're into it, I guess, but I don't know. Just it seems like it'd be a weird hug. That's all I'm saying.
Hug? Yeah, sure.
But yeah, no, there's got to be something there, and I want to know if you guys know of or want to start any conspiracy theories about World of Warcraft and where the plot's going.
No. I
I
I'm
know
just
you-
saying
I know you're awesome at predicting, though. That's the thing.
I'm just so awesome at it. So awesome.
Yeah, you picked the wrong guest to ask this.
Oh, I know. I'm just.
I hope you brought some backup, Angus. This is the whole show. We better stall
Oh no!
quick.
Trust me, it's not. It's just one of those things where I'm like, just sitting there earlier today. I'm like, man, it would really suck if it turned into like a WoW or a Garrosh 2.0 like it actually did and everything. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of different ways it could possibly go.
That's okay. So I like the question now because I was also thinking of Garage 2.0, but everybody thought that right in the beginning. So is this a reverse D&D Game of Thrones subverting expectations by doing exactly what we expected kind of thing? Or
Well, I mean, how good is that for the fan base though? Or
yeah, I don't know.
it's one of those things where Blizzard has been known to cut things in the past. They did a lot with WoD, and try to alter and return them into something more later, or just completely drop storylines entirely, like they did in Pandaria with after that one. I can't remember the dungeon name. Sorry, guys. I'm like way out of sorts today. I can't think.
You were on the show too, man.
Yeah, the water dungeon where you turn all big afterwards and you fight.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Eternal Tides, Eternal Throne.
Yes.
Something
So
like that.
it's like, oh no, that wasn't in Pandaria. Well, whatever. Who cares? But it's like they have all these different things like out there in different threads that are out there. Like Rathion's out there. Who knows what the hell's going on with that? He's kind of started popping up again, but how long do you think that they can actually like have a thread just dangle before it finally just completely disappears and people just don't care anymore?
Never. Nobody can get away with anything in WoW ever.
Yeah.
Not a single thing.
There's not just one red shirt guy.
Yeah.
That's true.
Everybody is the red shirt guy.
Yeah, I mean he would catch it for sure, but like, come on, how many of us are there that just sit around and talk about this damn game all the time?
Well, how many
We're all out
podcasts
here.
are there?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, we're all wondering what's going to happen. We're all talking about it. Some of us are saying the things that everybody else are out there thinking. So there's a bit of an echo of what the greater community has going through their minds on this stuff. But like, it's one thing to like let a side story dangle, and it's quite another to have a major storyline with a major faction leader. Just like not. It's got to go somewhere. So yeah. I don't know.
Of course, it's all going to go somewhere, and it's going to be amazing. And Christy Golden is the queen of, oh, that's how it goes, or oh, that's the ending. Didn't see that coming.
That is true. She's actually really good about that.
Oh yeah, she's got so much up her sleeves. She got to be wearing them baggy sleeve shirts all the time. I don't know, like a wizard's robe with those baggy ass sleeves.
Oh, did you guys
endings?
Okay, so whenever anybody talks about like wizard robes and everything, did you guys ever see that Think Geek April Fool's Day joke that was like the mage robe or whatever, but like you wear it and it lights up and makes sound effects if you move your hands in certain ways, like if you're casting spells and everything?
Yeah.
Yes. New completely switching focus here. I would freaking love clothing like that to be in WoW. Something that actually like that's not super duper like skin tight on the I mean, okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. But nothing stuff that's like, actually baggy and kind of dangly off and just big and poofy and stuff. Like just to give you some really cool, awesome options on that. Like I don't know. When I saw that Think Geek robe, I'm like, I totally got to get that. And then I'm like, it's a couple $100 and lights up and makes sounds. I might not need to get that, but I want it.
Yeah.
I want that.
That's the age-old question right there is how much am I willing to spend on this ridiculous?
Exactly.
I just want to be a mage. IRL?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, really everybody
IRL?
needs to. You need a mage robe, a wizard hat. Yeah, exactly like Jason said. It's what you need.
I just feel like if I had a mage powers IRL, then nobody would mess with me.
Well,
No way.
Okay, let's kind of break this down though. Which mage powers though? Because I mean,
Fire mage.
If you had just like conjure food and or conjure refreshment or whatever, everyone would be bugging you all the time. Like that's all they would be doing.
You'd be the best coworker because you'd always have lunch.
True. But I don't know. Just imagine if somebody was bothering you and you just polymorph them or dragon's breath right in their face.
That would actually be really
Ew.
cool.
Like nobody would mess with me because I would CC them all the time, and they wouldn't want to come over. for it because they know, like, they'd be like, "Oh, Thys, can I just talk about you for? Can I talk to you about something for 1 sec?" And I just fire breath in their face, like dragon breath in their face, or turn them into a sheep, or a pig, or a rabbit.
I mean, to be fair, if someone did just let out fire out of their mouth in a cone right in front of me, I would be really confused too.
Yeah.
It probably would last longer than just like 3 seconds, though.
Well, you'd be disoriented for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Also, probably horribly burned.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody messed with me. Then I could just blink away, like it never happened.
Exactly. Or hell, just teleport away.
Exactly. I could just go home. Be like, you know what? I don't need this. I'm a mage IRL. I'm going home.
That'd be pretty
I like
good.
an IRL blink would be awesome.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's also the best spell in game, in my opinion. Like, I've realized after 15 years that, oh, you know, I'm not the best at WoW. Certainly not. I'm not even close. I probably love WoW more than a lot of people, unconditionally, but I'm not the best player. But what I am good at is blinking. I'm so good at it. Nothing ever catches me. I'm so good. And, like, I've got that muscle memory, so I know, like, intrinsically how far ahead I'm going to blink because I've memorized, like, the distance. Like, it's all natural now, you know?
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
now that I've been learning how to PvP, it's the spell that I use most often. I love when a melee comes up to me. Like, I shoot at them and they're like, "Hey, wait a minute," and they come up to me, and as soon as they're there, I blink, like, back where they came from, and then they get up to me and they're like, "Oh no," so they have to turn around and run back at me, and so I blink to where I was, and they're like, "Oh man," you know. And by that time you're almost half dead, so it's pretty great.
Oh, exactly. Unless you have a paladin chasing after you, then they just get on their super duper stupid horse thing really quick, and then run right after you.
I'm not afraid of paladins.
All right, that's that is the attitude you need to have, because I don't know if you've noticed or not, but paladins, they think they can do anything.
That's true.
It's kind of sad. They just like, oh, what? I got a bubble. Okay, cool. Guess what? Nothing can hurt me now. And then they think it lasts forever. But guess what? It doesn't, paladins. Us mages, we're coming for you.
That's right. Bubble hearth all you like.
Yes, we can
I hate when
teleport
they do
after you.
that.
We'll find you.
Yeah, I will find you. Paladin, if that is your real name. Who are we talking about?
Paladin. Everybody knows him.
Who's Dan?
Freaking
Yeah.
Paladin.
No, Paladin. Yeah.
Oh,
He's a paladin, and his name's Paladin. I need to make a character named Paladin now. It's probably taken somewhere already.
taken.
Yep.
Man.
Thorn was taken on class.
Okay, I don't know if you guys heard. I tried to get Ben just because. It didn't work.
Oh no! Really?
I'm guessing because it's a proper name. I don't know though, but
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it'd be really fun. Because I mean,
Do you like why is it those go first? Like, I don't know. Like, is it just somebody, like, people like waiting to get on, like, right away to get John and Ben and Thomas and George
Yeah.
and Judy?
Those are the crazy names when you run past somebody in WoW proper named, like, Mark, and you're like, "Whoa, Mark!" Without any special characters. Oh man.
it's like, how did that
Where-
happen?
Ooh, right? Like, you have to assume that those people have been around since vanilla.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
wish I had the foresight and the wherewithal back when I was a kid in vanilla to get something cool, but no. My first character's name was Griffith, and then I had Chucky.
That's not bad though. You
No,
know,
it's pretty bad.
look, Griffith was it also a mage?
No, it was a warrior.
Okay. See, here's the cool thing. Griffith is the name that you can like totally blend in anywhere with. You could just show up and be all like, "Oh yeah, I'm Griffith. Everything's cool." And then all of a sudden
Yeah,
just pull out
I'm
your sword and be like, "Ha!" and attack.
That's true. I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
it's not so bad.
Ha!
Yeah, exactly. Ha ha. But
Ha ha.
mm-hmm. I mean, it might be a little better with a rogue because you can blend in a little bit better, but warrior, a lot of people
No.
don't know this. They are second best at stealthing in this game.
Really?
In the facts that I make up, yes.
Oh, so that wasn't true.
No.
Is
But
that a lie?
no, it wasn't a
You're
lie
lying
per
to
se.
me?
I haven't done enough research to find out.
Is that true?
That is very true. I have
I
not
don't know
done
anymore.
I have not done any research to find out which Which class is the second best stealthy game in the game?
You're really skirting it there, and it's working.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm completely honest.
You don't? Is that a lie?
No.
What?
You can trust
Ben,
me.
you know, we still use your bumper, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Aw, thanks.
We love that thing.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep. It's the fucking news.
I really appreciate that.
But-
Okay. Well, in that case, this because you do that, I can't lie to you.
Oh, I see how it is. Like I put your bumper on my podcast. You don't lie to me. Second I take it off, it's all lies, smoke and mirrors, man. Is that it?
Yeah. So
I
you better
appreciate that.
keep it on. That way you'll know that I'll never lie.
I'm always gonna be keeping an eye on you now. I got your number.
I am
I
pretty
know
shady.
what's going on. I know. You're the shadiest person I've ever met. At BlizzCon, you're always walking around with a cape in front of your face. You're like, hey, it's me. Or maybe it isn't. And then you like scamper off and then you throw down a smoke bomb and then you're gone.
Yeah, you're like, nah, you'll never catch me, Capra.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's funny because so normally I have a goatee, but at BlizzCon I've got the long black twirly mustache.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of
Grown-
people don't notice that.
It
Grown
looks
entirely
fantastic.
from your chops.
Yeah, exactly. Goes chops all the way up to the mustache and then grows back out.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic.
It's like facial hair gymnastics.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had facial hair.
Facial hair is kind of fun sometimes. In fact, I'm growing a beard again.
Or really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Can pictures?
Eventually. Wahahaha.
Fine, whatever.
Yeah. You know,
Just at least you have facial hair in all your snaps.
that's true.
Yeah, well, I like that filter. I just look better with a beard. It's a stone cold fact.
So you'd be a really good dwarf.
No.
Well, no, I'm saying the female dwarfs have
Try to
beards.
sneak it in there.
No. Absolutely not.
No,
What
I'm
are
not.
you doing to me?
I'm not talking about WoW dwarfs. I'm talking about like real world fantasy dwarfs.
Real world fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
I have no. That doesn't make any sense. None whatsoever. Stop trying to trick me into being Alliance. I don't appreciate this.
Oh, I would never do that. That's
Oh,
that's
yeah?
blasphemy right there.
It really is. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it said something about the long queue times in WoW Classic, and they're like, "You should just go Alliance." And I was like, "I'm leaving. I'm leaving right
Yeah, I mean the whole point or the whole reason why you're on White Mane is to kill the Alliance. Why would you join the other side?
That's right.
Exactly.
So
Oh, I cannot wait.
So I got to ask, what's it like leveling in Classic on a PvP server when not everybody is capped yet?
I can answer that, even though I haven't played Classic yet. But I did play in Vanilla, so same thing. It can suck, and it also it tests your morals, Ben,
Okay.
because you have to decide as a player, am I comfortable with killing lobies? Because on the one hand, heck yeah, it feels good. Oh, does it ever? Because there's nothing they can do about it, and it is great. But on the other hand, there's no honor in that. It doesn't. It feels good, but then the aftertaste isn't so sweet. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you're like, am I that person? Am I that player? I don't know. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
so wait. So let's talk about the line, though, right? Let's talk about where the line is. Because for me, I feel like I'm not looking for that, but if I run into a lobby and they're not like trying to skirt around me or something like that, and they're just, I don't know.
So like
If they don't care and they're not respecting that there's a higher level person around them and at least trying to like not be all up in my face about it, I'm gonna fucking kill them.
So basically what you're saying is
But-
that if you're walking around and they're all like, "Come at me, bro," they'd get what they deserve.
Absolutely. But once, I'm not a camper. I feel like that's the line is like killing somebody else in the other faction should be a given. I feel like they're sworn enemies. You should be killing them on sight. But like camping, screw that. Like but I gotta say, I don't know why anybody does that, to be honest, because like unless somebody has like really crossed you in some way, or I don't know, stolen resources or tagged all your, I don't know, I can't think of what it is that somebody might be doing. If somebody's griefing you or something like that, then I guess you would consider something like camping. But I did not have the vanilla experience. I am not a higher level within Classic yet. I'm literally level 5, so I can only be farmed for this. And I'm still telling you that my perspective is that the enemy is kill on sight, but once, you know.
And that's one of the weird things too, because anytime that I have stepped into war mode in WoW now, or done PvP previously and stuff like that, it's one of those things where I'm out there, I'm enjoying things, and I'll totally go around and kill a whole bunch of stuff and everything. But I'm with you. I don't camp unless like XX Legolas XX has been taunting me and camping me and got all their friends in on it or something like that.
Yeah.
Another thing too is like back when I was leveling in, I think it had to be Burning Crusade at that point. Anytime anyone like from the Alliance came to the crossroads and like just started killing quest givers and stuff, I'd immediately switch to my main, come back and just destroy them, because like I'm all for PvP and especially world PvP and everything. If you sign up for that, as long as you're not going in and actively destroying somebody else's like experience and fun.
That makes sense.
But that's just me. I know that there are actually some, PvP realm people who are like, oh yeah, the entire world is my playground and I kill everything on sight.
I feel that way as max level in WoW proper with war mode on. But yeah, I don't know. I was never cool with killing lobies. And then on the other side, as a lobby, you kind of level up and grow up with your character in that game, being super cautious and vigilant, which I think is as important. Like if you're planning to main as a tank in endgame, playing as a tank and like going through content as a tank as you level is the best way to get a feel for it. And I think that going through life as a WoW player on a PvP server gives you sort of that feeling of being like vigilant and cautious and learning how to sort of check your surroundings. And it also gives you the opportunity to learn from mistakes and learn from experience. So like you might get ganked a lot, but you can either get really butthurt about it and leave the realm, or you can figure out what to do about it. And there's less consequence when you're a lower level. So it makes PvP at a high level or at endgame a lot easier if you're used to dealing with it your whole life.
Yeah.
So there's that too.
That makes a lot of sense. So
I was told when I was first inquiring about the game, it was with some friends that I was actually just talking about it with again today because of Classic, which is a great thing about it. But when I was asking all my questions to get to know what the game was and kind of understand what the whole thing was and what the experience was, I had a group of friends who were on the Alliance side and a group of friends who were on the Horde side. The one thing they all had in common, two things they all had in common. The two things they had all in common were, one, you never pull before the tank does, and two, like your faction pride is super important. And like you play the PvP realm because you ain't no wuss. And also so like those are the things they told me, and the part that I found out for myself is, and I'll preface this by saying I'm horrible at PvP, horrible. So I'm not some like good PvPer who's got this perspective. My perspective on this is that you miss an entire segment of the game if you're not on a PvP enabled server or PvP enabled setting now, I guess, right? There's the game takes place in a world that is at war. It's in the name, right? Yeah. So the inherent battle between those two factions is a key piece of the world, and it's one thing to hear it in the lore and the storyline and see it in cutscenes and things like that, but you don't feel it unless you have some fear of the enemy in front of you.
Yeah, makes sense.
True. Yeah, I feel like World of Warcraft feels a lot richer, and that's saying a lot considering how rich the game is anyway. But a lot richer when there's PvP involved. Of course, like we know how difficult it is for some people who get ganked repeatedly, and it ruins their leveling experience and stuff like that. Like, of course there's the other side of the coin to all of this, but
Yeah.
I don't know, if you can learn from that instead of becoming a victim to it, you feel so powerful. And suddenly, I don't know, like, speaking from experience, like when I learned how to world PvP, and when I finally learned what to do in situations where I was being ganked or griefed by somebody, coming out on top of that is the biggest rush. It's so self-affirming. It makes you so confident, and it makes you feel like you can get through. Wow. Like, it makes you feel like you can do anything. It teaches you how to move. It teaches you what spells to use. Like, I was a hardcore PvE person on a PvP realm, and I finally learned how to, I don't know, take care of myself and protect myself, and learn how to dish some of it back. And then, of course I got a taste for it. Now I'm completely bloodthirsty most of the time, which is also a nice thing. It's fun getting your jimmies out in game.
Yeah, that's very true. And going up against going up against enemies that are actually, played by other people and everything, has got to break up a lot of that monotony too. Because, if I'm out doing world quests, it's like, okay, well, that quest over there, she's a mage. She's just going to fire ice bolts at me. Here comes the male Naga. Okay, cool. I'm gonna sheep him. There, now she's dead. Now let's kill him. As opposed to, oh my god, this dude's literally jumping around and dancing around me and doing flips and running around and somehow still landing every single auto attack as well as their their actual moves. Like, the first time I actually ever did like real PvP and stuff, it was back in arenas in like 3v3s back in Burning Crusade.
Nice.
And it was the worst experience of my life because it was
oh no.
Well, no, it was me, a mage, a hunter, and then John as the rogue. And so he would stealth. The hunter would be like, kind of like, hey, what's going on? Shooting flares around. And of course the other team was like either all rogues or like, a druid and a warlock and a rogue or something like that. And I would die within the first 10 seconds of combat always, because they would just focus on me because I'm the big damage dealer. So like my original thing for PvP was never really a big deal. I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever. I don't enjoy this at all. And then John and I would start dueling a whole lot. And granted, he's a rogue, so he would still beat me pretty much all the time. But I got a little better at it. And then that's when I found out that I had so much more fun in Battlegrounds than I did in Arena because, hey, there's a lot of targets. There's a better chance for me on this.
Yes, less pressure on you.
Exactly. So, like, the times that I have been in war mode, running around with friends and stuff, I've had a ton of fun with it in this expansion and everything. And, for the people who are just so anti-PvP, Thornthist, you're both right. They're missing a big chunk of the game. And just being completely adamantly against it, I think is definitely not the right way to go, especially when there are like, I guess the best way to put it, there's like safe and controlled avenues to just, get your feet wet a little bit, like, Arena or Battlegrounds and different things like that. Like, I fell in love with Alterac Valley, with Arathi Basin. No, wait,
yeah.
Alterac Valley. Shoot, which one's the ice one? Alterac Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell in love with that. We never freaking won because it's the Horde and everybody just fights on the bridge. But, I love that place. I'm really looking forward to the anniversary when they bring it back and, give us the new wolf and stuff if you do a bunch of it and everything. It's going to be awesome, right? I'm just so stoked. And now I'm playing as a healer in it, so it's like I'll be invincible for a very long time. So even better. But yeah, it's one of those great things that's, I'm glad that they added it in game, and it has made me really interested to, like, I don't do a lot of Classic, but it's made me, very interested to see the differences between that and then leveling in WoW now, on a PvP realm, just to see how much you actually get ganked versus not and stuff.
Yeah, I think I can't speak for every single realm, but as a vanilla player who's been playing on a PvP server for 15 years, you don't get ganked and you don't get bothered as much as you might think. Mm-hmm. Like 9 times out of 10, if I see somebody who is perfectly able to attack me and kill me, they're gonna run right past me. They might even wave, and that's it. Um, and that's the truth, you know. It's most of the time out in the world, like if you see a peer, like somebody who's the same level as you, who could definitely give you a run for your money, they see you, and you know they're questing too. You know, they're trying to get their game over with, and it's honestly like it's usually like if you're gonna get ganked or griefed or attacked or anything like that, you don't see it coming until it's too late. You know, so you know, if you see an alliance or a horde, if you're alliance, 9 times out of 10 they're just gonna walk the other way or walk past you because you know they're busy, they're doing something, and you know that should be your opportunity to fire at them and start something because it's really fun. Just like, oh, I see that you're busy. I'm not busy, but I will busy myself making your day ruined by me teabagging you while you're dead on the ground.
Oh, I see you have 3 mobs attacking you. How would you like a 4th? But this one's smart.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah. I remember back in Wrath when we were doing Wintergrass, and I was an arcane mage at the time. And it was the greatest thing in the world because with Arcane Blast, no one knew where you were ever. You know, they couldn't watch the spell fly towards you or towards them and everything to backtrack it and figure out what it was. So I'd just be standing on a ledge, just pop, 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 just like dropping fools. Like they got tanks coming. I'm like, guess what? Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah. Pop, 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 watching enemies drop.
Exactly. Oh. Ooh, we have a show title. It's a bit of a long one, but I think that's okay.
Hey, that's what she said.
That's what she said.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So, okay, now I have just a really stupid question from someone who doesn't PvP, but does like the what's it called? Like the forest density or whatever, like the shrubbery density and stuff, does that play into it? Like if you're out in the world and you turn that all the way down so that you don't have like bushes and stuff, do you see people just randomly like crouching down like somewhere out in the world?
You can always see somebody's name if you have names turned
on.
Oh,
true. You know? I didn't think about that.
It would be maybe like a bonus battleground or something. Like a battleground event where it's just a normal battleground, but there's no names, so you can't see anybody, and maybe there's like lots of dense forestry around. Like maybe
that could be interesting.
Because like Arathi Blizzard, which is Arathi Basin in a blizzard where there's low visibility. That is freaking fun. Like that's the best what is this called? Battlefield bonus.
Battleground bonus week.
Bonus week, bonus event. Yeah, that one was the first one that ever came out, and it remains the best one because it's a map that you know, but the low visibility it forces it because you know Arathi Basin, like you can stand on top of the lumberyard, or you know you can stand very far away and you can see people like coming up the bridge from the mines, or you can see who's gliding down from lumberyard into the blacksmith easily. You standing at the farm, you can see people coming at you and you can call inks and stuff. With this, like you can hardly see past your own face, so somebody's got to be on the flag guarding it, and then you've got some people who have to patrol the perimeter to find out who's coming, and it's so much fun because usually you've done Arathi Basin so many times, you're like, okay, I see a huge group of enemies coming towards the flag. Oh, here they come, and it's fine, whatever. But like in Arathi Blizzard, you can't see anything very far, so it's you're constant vigilance, Mad Eye Moody.
Exactly.
And it's so much fun, and like I really think that there should be more content like that where there's weather and forest and trees and grass and quicksand.
Yeah.
Oh, and a house of mirrors. Like a fun house.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, and a maze, a cornfield maze.
That you can't zoom out and just see above.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a fire mage is a great idea in a cornfield maze.
Well, it's magical fire. You can choose not to light the corn on fire. Yeah, that's how that works. I thought that you knew that. I mean, you spent enough time with her, you would think that you know how magical fire works.
Not a mage.
Oh, man.
That's what I get.
Like, okay, so there's certain rules about magical fire. you basically choose what burns. That's why when you throw a fireball, through like 20 different things of corn, and then it hits something in the middle on the other side of like a haystack and stuff, why it doesn't light on fire. Just,
Okay.
it's magic. That's how that works.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's why when you use flame burst, not the entire world just goes on fire. That was horrible
So
grammar,
should I-
but we're going with
So
it.
should I play mage in classic? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, totally.
You should just play. Everybody should play mage. I don't know what everybody's doing.
Look, I would be playing a mage if mages could heal right now. And I still, look, I am still saying mages should be able to heal with, like, chrono magic. Totally
Ooh,
works.
chrono.
Yeah, you're, like, rewinding someone's health.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's like Wolverine, Weapon X.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, oh, I got slashed on my middle. I'm gonna do that up real quick, and then he just like regenerates, and then he, that's why he's got the skeleton with the
Adamantium.
metal, the adamantium skeleton, because they could slice him open and put it on his bones, and then he fixed that right up with chrono magic.
You're
know?
not wrong. That's the thing.
No, today we learned that Logan is a mage.
Yeah. Exactly. He just got a really high regen rate on his own chrono magic.
Yes.
Yeah. And he likes to cut a fool.
That's right. Until they take it off, and then he's got the bone claws. And you're like, don't scratch me with your bones. It's gross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, those things could like cause an infection really badly.
I know. Like, I'd much rather be slashed with adamantium claws than bone claws.
Yeah, it's a clean cut.
It really is.
Everybody knows. Thorn, why are you laughing? Everybody knows
Why are
this.
you laughing
Yeah,
at us?
yeah, totally. I was laughing at something I thought of earlier.
Oh,
From
okay.
earlier.
Cool.
You guys.
Okay.
That's rude.
Yeah.
It'd be cool, though, if the X-Men universe and the WoW universe meshed, Because obviously, like, Jean Grey is obviously a fire mage also.
Oh yeah.
Like, Phoenix, Dark Phoenix,
With
Oh,
Light
Jesus,
Phoenix.
with telekinetic and psychic powers too, but I
Milk
mean,
Chocolate
technically,
Phoenix.
mages kind of can do that.
Yeah,
Mm.
mages can. And Professor X was also a mage because I like him. And Storm is probably a shaman.
Yeah, I can see that. Storm definitely a shaman. Nightcrawler mage blinking around everywhere. So
That's
basically,
true.
90% of the X-Men are mages.
Yes.
Yeah, Beast, he was a druid.
Yes.
Because he, yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
Or a Worgen, I'm not sure. He's either a Worgen or a druid, one
No.
or both. Maybe.
All the X-Men would be Horde.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay, Cannonball would be a monk because of Chi Torpedo.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you think Rogue would be a rogue?
No, she'd be a warlock because of Life Tap.
That's true. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. This could get interesting. I think it is already interesting.
Take a jump. We did it.
Yeah. They're all Horde and they're 90%
Yeah.
mages. But, yeah. I like this. This works. This totally works. Iron Man is just a paladin.
This works for me.
It's
I mean, I know
just
he's
a
not an
paladin.
X-Men, but
Just a paladin.
yeah. I mean, he's wearing the armor, and the armor lets him do things. That's what we're saying.
Sure. I like WoW and X-Men.
I kind of want to play a mix now. Like, Blizzard should make an X-Men game.
Capcom versus Street Fighter.
Oh my
Dear
gosh.
Blizzard. Hi,
Or wait.
it's this. Could you please do that? Thank you. Love this.
Oh, hey, Bim, good call. Professor X is a priest with mind control.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That works. Deadpool, rogue.
Obviously.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, sword rogue, though. No mace rogue for him.
No, absolutely, yeah. What else? Who are we missing? Cyclops?
Well,
Iceman.
no one likes Cyclops.
Frost Mage.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Cyclops
Yes.
is just, we'll forget about him.
Scott Summers doesn't appreciate that. It's not his fault that he just shoots eye beams out of his eyes continually, unless he has his ruby glasses on.
But he's not cool enough to be a demon hunter.
Or his eyes closed.
Who is a demon hunter then?
Well, unfortunately, the closest would be Scott, but
Wolverine?
I guess. No, Wolverine's a mage. We said.
well, okay. What do demon hunters do?
Start it all.
They throw stuff. They have wings. They shoot eye beams, and they jump around a bunch.
Yeah. So
So Angel. Archangel would be a...
Archangel is one of my favorite X-Men of all time.
He's
got
pretty
such
cool.
a crazy storyline. He totally does. Yeah, he would be a demon hunter.
Okay, yeah, I'd go with that. Because he throws his feathers, like the metal feathers and stuff. So that could be the
Yeah.
Warglaives.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Mystique is a druid, obviously.
Yeah,
Shape shifting.
except she has human form as opposed to feral and tree and other things.
True.
Let's see.
I feel like I'm gonna sneeze.
Don't do
Bless
it,
you.
man.
Like any time now.
Don't break the seal, dude.
But it won't come out.
Oh no.
Ah!
Picture yourself sneezing.
Is that how that
This is,
works?
this is quality audio right
Oh,
here.
what about
Just visualize.
what about Colossus?
Colossus?
Warrior?
Warrior?
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, somebody's got to be a warrior.
Yeah, but I mean,
who would be a hunter?
What about Jubilee?
No,
Jubilee,
she's a mage.
she's a mage.
she's an arcane mage,
She's just a
Arcane
bad
mage.
mage.
Yeah, all she does is arcane blast, and that's it.
and then runs out of mana, and then gets saved by Wolverine.
Just like Dazzler, she would be a mage as well. Arcane.
Yeah.
Show. Emma Frost, Frost mage. Sexy Frost mage.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she only does
Oh.
ice block.
Yeah, well. That'd be cool if like you could play as Jean Grey, Fire Mage, and Emma Frost, mage. Oh,
Nice.
So you just be ice and fire,
Yeah.
and then it turns into Game of Thrones.
No, we can't talk about that because I don't know anything about it.
Well, there's a song of ice and fire.
How does it go?
It goes,
Ice and fire.
"It's ice and fire now, ice and fire, kind of like that.
You know, I heard a different version of that song on South Park one time.
Wieners, flopping wieners, flopping wieners.
Oh man, did I? Obviously, I didn't tell you that Randy broke that song for Nevermore and I.
Oh, really?
Yes, because of
Randy.
Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage. Which I'm like,
Oh,
that kind
man.
of really fits,
Yep.
like a little too well.
There's a website that just has a statuette of him twirling, and that just playing over and over. The version with them saying is
That's you know what? That's a good website. I would support that website. Yeah. But no, so X-Men World of Warcraft characters being X-Men. Love that
Uh-huh.
idea. But we just have to take that to the next step and add them to a video game. So there is, of course, the X-Men Ultimate Alliance that was kind of an MMO, but then it's like everybody's Wolverine.
Right.
There was
course.
like City of Heroes for a while, which I've heard that there's kind of a resurgence of that on private servers.
yeah, recently, right?
Yeah, Ryan was actually, or TBK was actually talking about it a month or two ago. He kind of got back into it and everything. I
Nice.
never did play that though.
Neither did
Me
I.
neither.
I've
Because
heard
of WoW.
I've heard really good things. Like the transmog on that was awesome. Like any sort of equipment that you find, you can just alter your costume and change the colors and stuff, so you just look cool all the time.
I would have the biggest boobs.
Me too.
Oh, of course.
Bigger than yours.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh?
Nuh-uh.
My boobs would be so big. They
I
would
bet-
make you cry.
I bet I'd make mine bigger.
I bet mine would be so big they would crush the whole world.
Well, the
Not
thing is,
even.
Thorn's slider goes up to 11 for some reason.
That's not fair.
I know. I don't know what he did to it, but he just did it. I would probably have to totally remake myself as my my BlizzCon self, with the cape and the twirly mustache and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd make myself an in-game Pat Crane lookalike.
Just walking around, no powers, just kind of talking to people.
Exactly, and that would be my power. I'd be like, "What up? I'm Pat Crane." Hey, you know, because
Which
that's
one
how
would
he
you be
talks.
in the family portrait?
All of them. And I'd have on my little khaki shorts with my legs, you know,
With my legs.
and my little V-neck tee, just like Pat always does every time. Every time.
I mean, that's what he wears. I mean,
I know.
everybody who's seen him knows that.
Or I could be Lance and just be really, really, really strong.
Okay.
And nobody would mess with me because I would just walk around with my muscles rippling. And you know what would suck though? Because I would have to spend so much gold on t-shirts. Because every time I had an emotion like happiness or anger, my shirt would just rip off because my muscles are so taut.
Okay, so
Tight. Tight.
if they added some sort of like t-shirt rip emoji to WoW, would it be something that you use all the time or all the time?
On
All the
cooldown.
time. Especially when you're pre-potting. So you're like, okay, gotta flask up, gotta arcane brilliance stuff, gotta do all the things, and then rip my shirt and run in, you know?
Yeah.
Ah!
But only
You know,
once
it's-
per raid, because you know that's the sort of thing that would have like a 24-hour cooldown.
No.
What if you needed to actually have a shirt for everyone that you ripped?
That would be awesome.
I think
Bags
that would be
upon
the
bags.
stipulation. It wouldn't be like time gated. It would just be like you literally have to have a lot of shirts.
Oh yeah, totally. So
Yeah.
basically, and well, the good news is they stack up to 200 now.
Ah,
So,
excellent. Yes.
Shirts?
Yeah,
So if I
yeah,
was,
of
if
course.
I, was, like,
I mean, if
walking
this was
around
added,
hugging people, because every time you hug somebody, your shirt rips off, and then there's like, "Why are you topless?
Again.
You weren't topless when you came in for the hug, and now that we've hugged, you're topless, and there's like shredded T-shirt all over me.
it's just that powerful.
It's just that's what Lance has to deal with every day.
I feel
Yeah.
bad for Lance. That's a bummer.
It really is.
That's why
If
t-shirts
only
stack
they-
to 200 now.
I know. If only they'd let him wear spandex onesies to work. I thought Blizzard was progressive, but you know.
Well, they only have spandex onesies in game. They don't let them
Yeah.
have them out of game. But on that on that point, do they actually get to wear armor to work, or is that banned too?
That's I actually don't know. We'll have to
That
ask
would be
Jab.
awesome.
I mean, they give out swords and shields. I mean, you just have to work there long enough, and they give out helms too.
Yeah.
What?
Like if I was working long enough to get the sword, shield, and helmet and Stein, I would wear that every day, you know? Just to remind people. Because it's like when you're playing
Hell
WoW,
yeah.
it's like, hey, look at this set I got back in vanilla. I'm gonna wear it, I'm transmog it all the time. Like look at me, look at what I've done. Be impressed by me.
Right.
Exactly.
You think if I had the first BlizzCon polar bear mount, I would ever ride any other mount ever?
Nothing else.
I wouldn't even fly.
Nope.
I ride other things than that.
You ride dirty. All the time. But you have that?
Yeah, I
The
do.
horse on the
That
back.
was the first BlizzCon I went to.
I
I know
That's awesome.
it's being totally wasted on me. But the thing is I keep it secret for when people want to do mount offs.
Oh.
Whoa, you do mount offs? That's-
And at what point in the mount off do you drop that bad boy?
Usually when I get to something or they get to something that I don't have, because usually they start it. I don't know what it is.
Right.
Like people who are like, I've got a lot of mount. Well, except for Marconin, he's usually pretty like chill about it. But other people are like, I've got all the best mounts in the world, and they're all like, boom, look at this one. I'm like, oh, I have that. They're like, yeah, well, boom, look at this one. Yeah, I have that too. And then after like 15 mounts, all boom, look at this one. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't spend 1 million gold on that one, but I do have this. Waboom, Blizzard Bear.
And then they have to respect you.
That's right. It's over.
Yeah, until they
That's
get
what I
on
was
one
curious.
too, and then I'm like, no.
Has that happened?
No, it hasn't actually, not yet.
was gonna say,
That's
damn.
probably what I want. The mount I want most in the whole world is the Magic Rooster.
Yeah,
I just
Yeah, you've
like
been
I
talking
love.
about that a long time.
I have. I've always wanted it. I mean, I love chickens on like a deep personal level, but
Mhm.
also like it is magic and it's got a fanny pack. But like I always told myself, because like it's my dearest wish to work for Blizzard, and when I got hired at Blizzard, I was like, I'm gonna use my Blizzard paycheck to buy me the chicken mount, and then I went to look and see how much the chicken mount was, and it is no longer $300. It is now $900.
Oh, that's a bit. That's
On
a
a
bit
good
higher.
day.
Just too much, you know. I
Yeah.
never thought that I'd say that about anything, but it's just, you know, I can't
Yeah,
justify that.
that's
And
a bit of a bummer.
I know, and I asked Ian, I'm like, can I have the chicken mount? He's like, no. I'm like, all right, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I tried.
To be fair, there are things that I definitely want. Like I would love to have the Tuskar kite,
Oh, me too.
but that's never gonna happen.
No, because that's a lot of rep grinding.
No, that's
It's down
not.
to $500 now on eBay.
Oh well, hey, there you go. It's almost half price.
Oh god.
Oh wait, but if you go to wowtcgloot.com, it is $999.95.
It's just
Oh, it's that extra 95 that gets you.
It really is.
It puts you just over the edge.
free shipping.
Oh, and then you also have to make sure you read it very carefully. You don't want to buy just the card, because someone could have
Right.
scratched it off and used the code, and they're selling the card, and it's technically a legitimate auction.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not worth it. I mean, it's worth it, but it's not worth it at the same time. It just makes me sad because, you know what, I don't think I'll ever have that chicken.
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah.
it might show up on the black market auction house at some point.
Maybe.
Has it ever? Like, is there a list of the things that have shown up there?
Probably. I do not know where that list exists. It's probably on the dark web though,
Most likely.
because
And
it
I
is
don't
the
want
black
to go
market
there
auction
again.
house.
I'm not.
Last time, oh man, that wasn't good. Have
Yes,
you ever seen a severed hand cut in half, man?
No.
I have.
Ooh. See, I thought it was just the one band episode of Reboot where they went to the dark web, but
Oh, that was a good episode. You know what was really good though? The episode where they went into that mini game, and Mike the TV got to be the warrior, and Bob had to be the thief. I love that show.
I've only seen original Reboot. I haven't seen new Reboot.
No, reboots.
Rebooted
no, that's not
reboot?
good.
Yeah, Reboot
no.
was rebooted.
Wait, there was reboot, and then there was reboot about Enzo as an adult.
Well, no, not
then-
no. They're like real world people who went into the computer, and that was like the second Reboot series.
Oh.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch
Oh.
it.
You know what was the other good episode? Enzo's birthday, where Bob plays a Gibson at the end. He's like, glitch BFG, but it makes a guitar instead. And then Megabyte comes out and they do a guitar solo together. Oh my god.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think I
was,
saw that.
oh,
That's
I love that show.
fantastic. It was
That's
so
a good
good.
show.
Also Hexadecimal, remember her?
Oh,
She
yeah.
was great. Yeah. Oh, and the episode where they met Andrea and it was like the underwater mermaid episode.
Yes.
I love that show. I had a Bob action figure when I was a little baby, and you put him in the freezer, and his suit turned black, and then you take him out, and it turned yellow. It was so cool.
Oh my gosh, that is
I know.
awesome.
Yeah,
I'm actually
It's
kind of
funny
jealous
'cause,
about
like,
that.
I remember. Oh man, this is all coming back to me. I remember when I was a little kid, I wanted to have Glitch. You know, I wanted one so bad because it could do anything, and now we
Yeah.
have glitches.
Mhm.
Smartphones, you guys.
Wow.
Phone BFG.
It's just like I wanted a Star Trek Next Generation pad so much, and now I have an iPad.
Yes.
And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
way better than an actual pad from Star Trek too.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like full screen as opposed to just a little bit and a couple buttons.
We still
Like a
don't have
holodeck
that.
anytime now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm still waiting for
Jeez.
that.
That's all I need.
I don't think you'd ever see me again.
No, I would have no reason to interact with anyone.
I don't think we'd ever see anyone ever again.
Nope. And it would be great.
Like Ready Player One.
Oh yeah, totally.
Nope, it'd be great.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, I have such a huge issue with that movie when like everything is motion activated and people are running down the street. It's like, no,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
just gonna run into everything. It's like that's not how that works. But oh well, it's still cool. Well, anyways, Thorn, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Azeroth Roundtable. We jumped around, we had some fun, we rebooted here and there, and I appreciate you guys joining me.
Thank you for having us. We love being on the show,
Hell
especially
yeah.
talking to you.
Aw,
Yeah.
thanks, guys. Well, until next time we can have you on, I'm going to start off with Thorn. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Thornbrow on Twitter, and you can find me in our LB Discord, the Lagging Balls Discord, quite a lot.
Oh, my. Hey, Thist.
What?
Until next time, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at This03. You can find me pretty much everywhere. Yeah, This03. And everything else you need to know is at laggingballs.com.
All right. That's a great show. People need to listen.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you want to know what's going on with John, again, remember he's tied up and playing World of Warcraft right now. But other than that, you can find him on Twitter. He is at John_Jagger. He does a bunch of stuff. You can find that information out on his Twitter. Make sure to check that out. If you're looking for me, you can find me on Twitter as well. I am at Ben Bumhofer. I also do a bunch of stuff. But take a look at my Twitter. You'll find out what's going on there. This show, though, Azeroth Roundtable, you can find us on Twitter. We are at AzerothRT. If you have any questions, comments, want to email the show, you can always send those to AzerothRoundtable@gmail.com. And, of course, if you like this episode, if you want to check out other ones, if you want to listen to other ones where Thist and Thorn have actually been on the show, you can always go to AzerothRoundtable.com, as well as, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, a whole bunch of other places. And you can listen to the show. Every single episode that is available is at those locations.
For free, even.
Exactly. For free. We always appreciate you listening. Make sure to drop us off some 5-star reviews. We like them. We'd like to know that you guys like us. If you don't, that's cool. Put whatever makes sense to you. But check us out. Also, if you want to support the show, you can always go to patreon.com/AzerothRT. That's right. You, as well as many other fine people, can support the show. And I'm trying to pull up the list. John usually does this, and I have no idea how to find it. But I want to say a huge thank you to the Murloc Club. They know who they are, and hopefully in a second here, I'll also know who they are.
Can you give us your best Murgle? Your best Murgle?
Very close. But the Murloc Club, I would like to give a big thank you to Aaron S., Brandon, Haster, Jesse O., Caleb M., Kilroy Tastic, and Taryn. To you, I have to say,
Nice.
thank you very much, my Foley artist. Nevermore, you are amazing. Chat room, thank you very much for joining us on this episode of Azeroth Roundtable, where you didn't get to see anything because my computer kind of sucks. And until next time, everybody, be good to each other. I guess, yeah. Cool. I need to actually push stop on things because, hey, now we're done recording.
Yay!
Hey.
That's why we were silent. We were waiting to give you the space.
Oh my god, it took me so freaking long to pull up Patreon to get that going. Yeah. But hey, guys, seriously, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. You guys are always awesome. So it's always fun talking to you.
Thanks for having us.
You bet.
Hug Nevermore for us, please.
Oh, of course. She loves hugs.
Oh, yeah.
And I will give her a big one.
Oh,
All right. Yeah, Friday night.
What's going on?
Woo! It's a good thing you're not recording anymore. Ow!
Yep. The stream's still going, so they're going to witness the entire thing.
Yeah. They're watching right now.
Yeah.
What's up?
Nothing really, because we don't have video going. But
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. But hey, guys, thank you very much for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream. Everybody, have a wonderful night, and we will catch you all on the flippity flop.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.